Hi. Do you play bass? Do you struggle with what to play every day? Boring scales and not knowing what to do with them? Because today I'm going to show you how to take basic theory and make a loop for your own backing track to practice soloing over. So let's get to it. First of all, you gotta have a drum beat. I got a loop pedal with a drum machine on it, but I want to show you how to make your own drum beat with just a bass. It's very easy. First of all, take your left hand, put it lightly on the string, and your E is going to be your kick. G is going to be your snare. You can pick anywhere, you get different sounds based on how you put your hand. So, you play a rhythm like. So I'm going to put that in a loop. So there you got a basic drum beat. Now I'm going to take an A minor, which I play my chords. Put the third on the G string. The A minor triad is A, C, and E. G is a 7. I use a 7. And it's a straight across on 5s on the first, third, and G string. You're holding them down. That's your A minor. So now I'm going to take that, play it along with this loop drum groove that I made. Like so. Now that's just a chord. So, use bassline. If you know about playing over an A or any bass line, the root in your fifth is two strongest notes. Very simple. Your root's on the A. 5 is on the 7, the second string. That's root 5. You can add the octave if you want. But I want to play something like that. All over here. Okay. It's always good to redo it for practice. If I make mistakes, I just start all over. Now back to the bass line. We'll do 2 notes instead, like a little more powerful. Okay, don't really matter where you start. Now you got bass line, got a chord. And what I like to do, you can leave it at this, but I like to add different stuff in the background. I'll take the same chord, I'll take like a delay, and I'll play the same notes. A, G, and C, or sometimes I'll use the 5th. And that can just be a melody line. That's A on the 2nd fret on the G, C on the 5th fret on the G, and then G at the 12th. So it's always, like I said, make a mistake, you just start over. Hold down that loop button, it erases what you put on the last thing. So I want to try holding it out this time, like a something like that. One chord, and then I like to think about looping, as I've mentioned this before, is on a bass. The bass is low end, which we all know that. So if you put everything up in the same octaves and on the same notes, you start adding bass on top of bass, you get a real muddy sound. So I like to spread things out. Like I got the chord down here. I kind of played the bass in that same octave. Normally I don't do that. I'll even change that up. I would have put the A up here. That's another A minor. Pretty sounding. But, I mean, it works both ways. You get away with it. But you just don't want to stack too many layers of the same sounds on top of the same sounds, if that makes sense. So when I do a solo, I like to use like a chorus effect. That's one. That's my main one. And the main reason is because I haven't taken the time to go through all these effects. I found the ones that I like, and when I get tired of them, then that's when I'll find something new normally. But so far I like this tone, just a chorus effect. I'm gonna be mindful of the volume. Sounds good. That's your A minor shape, or old A minor. So we got this playing. Now listen. You got your A minor up here in the 5, which is probably where a lot of people learn it. and it's a C scale. If you don't already know this, starting on A, ending on A. Basic C scale. If you have your fingers, one finger per fret, 4-fret span, and you're on that 5th fret, your fingers are going to be 1, 3, and 4. And then on the 2nd string, same, 1, 3, 4. 3rd string, 1 and 3. Now, if that's new to you and you struggle getting that shape, then what you can do is play the first 3 notes, even 1 note if you have to, but I'll make little patterns. Any way you can make a pattern, just to get used to them shapes. Then you can add in the next note. And just do whatever you want. You're not going to get this in a day. I mean, I'm quick with picking stuff up, but even it takes a few days for it to sink in completely, and probably a lot longer if you're new at it, but you just stick with it. And with having that backing track, and I was talking about making mistakes, and I just make the whole thing again, because you're always learning rhythm and how to put things together and have them sync up, and you can never do that enough, because if you're playing like on live, you want to be quick and know how to move things around, which I don't worry too much about that. I just do what I do, but I got pretty good at using it. So anyways, that shape, same, but you're starting on the A, 12th fret, 2nd string, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. So that's an A here, that's an A here, and you got one down here, same shape. Now these are all 1 octaves. When you get it, you can link this shape bad example. You can link them together though, with my point. And the key is, whenever you know where that A's at, you know that shape. Sometimes you can only do partial shapes, like here's an A way up here, you can only play, you can move up. But you still know by habit after a while, if you see an A and you know you're playing A minor, you know you got them notes right there at least. You just start to see the patterns and shapes. I know notes, and I strongly suggest that you do know notes, but you don't have to. I mean, for years I would say that, but then I got a friend who, he doesn't know notes, but he can pick up anything he hears. So, in the end, that's all that matters. But myself, I've spent years learning all the notes on the neck, so lots of practice. But I could see if someone could follow along in these videos and just take these shapes, do these things, they can learn it the same way. And it's a little different, 1 chord, because you gotta be more melodic because it kind of carries the music because there's no chord changes going on. But you learn one shape at a time. Like this is a A minor. You can play Dorian over that, which is your 2. So it's a 2. It's a 2 out of G. It's a 6 in C. But you just got to start with one shape, one chord, and put it together, and then you can study other things and do whatever, but you want to make that one, like this A minor, your main goal, and get this A minor down. If it takes 6 months, when you're studying, you put the study time in, practice the patterns, put the loop on, and then, you try and get better at that and practice your other stuff, but put your main focus, your main goal in getting that the minor chord down. And once you get that down, if you're doing a progression, that's a 6. So you might want to learn a 6, 2, 5, 1 out of C. Well, the 6 is your A minor, your 2 is your D, Dorian. So the next chord you want to learn is the Dorian, and you just start putting them together. Put the minors, the patterns together. And there's multiple ways of soloing. This is more of a chord tone. I believe that when you outline chords, you play more melodically instead of just playing a C major scale over a top of A minor and a D Dorian and a G7, which is all out of C. You highlight each individual chord, and it's gonna sound better. It's just how it's how it is. You figure these things out. So I'm gonna improvise for a minute. And I'm gonna jump some of the shapes. I'll use this shape up here, this shape down here, whatever comes. See, I also highlight the arpeggio. Now here's that shape. Does is when you start playing multiple chords, this is how I figure this out. When you start trying to play 2 and 3 chords together and you don't know the first chord, it just fries your mind. You'll sit there forever trying to jump from this chord to this chord and remember all these shapes, and you just get lost. You can break it down to 1, and especially you put a slower type rhythm. I play slow because it gives me time to think ahead and to listen. And another good hint that I don't see many people, I'm not big rhythm, but what I do when I solo and play, and I let the beat play, and then I play. It's like listening, and it automatically puts my solos inside this pocket. And that's all I'm doing, is I'm listening for the beat and then playing. Instead of being right on time. I can't stand, I love metal. I grew up in metal and all that, Black Sabbath, and he's a sick bass player, but some of that metal is just so on time, I just don't like to play it. It's just not my thing. It's right on beat all the time, and I just like that groove, and that's how I get it, is listen. I'll just play it right now. Beat. Puts you in the pocket. It's that simple. I've never heard anybody ever say that. It was just something I figured out myself. I practiced months, trying to play over a 2-5-1 at a C, and I could not figure out. Like, man, I'm playing all these notes, everything, flawless, going through it all, and it just sounded like chords and scales. And then I would, every now and then, I would find it, and I'd be like, man, how am I finding that groove like that? And then the next time I'd be off, and then I realized, wait on that beat to hit, and it's like you're riding in between. It's bad. It's just playing in the pocket. That's the way I think about it. I don't count time. I mean, I can sit with a metronome. I spend a lot of time playing with the metronome, counting money and practicing on that. You know, that shit's tough, and I got that down. But the majority of how I learned how to play was playing with the looper. Not learning cover songs. I learned cover songs my whole life, and then one time I was at my friend's house. I had this old black man neighbor, 80-something years old man. I used to sit out there and talk to him in the summertime. And one day he asked me to play for him, and I couldn't play anything. I didn't know what to play, and I was like embarrassed. This was 10 years ago, and I made it. That day, I said, I'm never gonna feel that way again. I want to sit down and I want to learn and I want to write my own music. That's what I do, and it feels good. But before that, I could play anything. I could copy, play Stone Temple Pilots, and Alice in Chains, and old Zeppelin, and all that stuff. Learn it all. But when somebody would ask me to play something that I wrote, I couldn't do it, and that's a terrible feeling. So this is the way out. Is a loop pedal, and I taught myself theory, and I didn't know how to go about it. And so I sat down and I thought, well, if you want to play music, and you got to play music, not scales. So I thought, well, I'll take these patterns, 1-4-5s, and I was doing 2-5-1, and I'll just play the modes, you know, and I'd play straight up and down, from D into the G, into the C. And I would just play that, and play that, and play that, and play that, and it made no sense. But it started making sense. I just kept doing it. And then I would play straight up and down, and I just started figuring out, jump around inside these patterns and start moving into each pattern. But then I realized that was too difficult, and I had to break it down to one chord. You know, well, it was 2, and then I got all the way down to 1. Like, it was like a humbling experience. Like, you think you're good enough, you gotta do all this, you can learn all this stuff. Now, eventually, when you break it down, and all the way down, and you go back to the simple basics, and like I said about, if you don't know a pattern, play 2 notes, 3 notes, and just play them until you can move, and you'll feel music in it when you do it enough. But that's just some of my thoughts on, this is just how I practice, this is what I learn, and many people do it many different ways. But if you're looking for a creative way, and you got a loop pedal, or you can get a loop pedal, then I would suggest it. And you can ask any questions. You can get on my channel. I'm on live every day. You can get on my lives, and I'll answer questions. That's kind of harder to do, because seeing the comments and stuff. But if you get on my live and I don't answer, or I don't see your question, comment on my video, and that way I'll see those. Then I'll try and answer any questions you got, you know, and I can do videos. I just like making videos about looping. I'm trying to get better at making videos in general, and I just want to inspire people. I mean, you can ask my friends, and it's all I talk about, and it's good to have a place for an outlet to talk to people who might care, because most people don't care. And that's when you play music, you know, you like to talk to other people. Nobody plays bass. Nobody I know. But it's just that these are just some ideas. It's what's worked for me. And I've gone from this level, in I wouldn't say a short amount of time. I'm a highly dedicated. I practice all day, pretty much. I'll take little breaks. I go to work, you know, but I got a schedule where I'm off half the month. So I spend all that time playing. It's just what I love to do. And so any questions you have, I got time, I got free time, I will answer them because I don't have anything else to do. And I just love to play bass, love to teach. And these are just my ideas. And I mean, I can go way deeper on many subjects. I'm just trying to keep it basic for now. And if people start asking me questions and want me to do more, then I'll do more. But as of now, I'm just trying to show how to take your basic scales, your basic practice that you might be sitting at home to a click track, playing your C scale, bored to death, you know, fuck that. Yeah, I mean, I do that when I want to learn sequences, you know, like going up 3 notes, C, D, E, D, E, F, so like this. It's a great exercise. It teaches you to climb the scale, and you realize where your trouble areas are, but when just by playing that one exercise. I guarantee it's going to be between the 3rd and the 4th, because that's going to be the ones that you don't hear as well. I already know. Already been down the path. So, this is A minor, Dorian. Not Dorian, this is A minor. You can use Dorian, straight A minor. But I've just been doing different chords. If you see my videos, and there's a purpose behind it, which is going to be the 2-5-1, 1-6-2, or whatever, 6-2-5-1, something. Any of them work. And the ultimate goal is to link them together. I'll do a video on how to link, you know, D minor with G7 and the scales that are involved and all that. But for now, I'm sticking to one chord, and I'll slowly move up, you know. I just like talking about this stuff, and I'm just trying to get better at videos. So, and I have a whole ton of topics, so I could sit here and make this video, go upload it, which I've just done this 3 or 4 times a day. I could do it all day. Just pick a different chord, whatever. But you know, if it helps people. I don't see, like when I was trying to learn all this stuff, it can be overwhelming, and I just learned how to simplify it all. Just all the triads. Don't think about C9s. It's stacked triads. You take a C, E, and a G, and then a B, D, F, all that together makes a, is that a 11, 13, whatever it is. But it's stacked triads. If you think about this triad stacked with this triad, you ain't thinking about it as one big chord. You're breaking it down. You break everything down in music. Simplify. Even Bach's most complex pieces can be broken down to triads. Guarantee it. It just don't fail. They're all over. Once you see that, you see it opens up. So, I appreciate all the support here, and whoever, if anybody does pay attention to my rambling videos, I hope you get some insight, and just like and subscribe, because eventually I have the drive to get better, start teaching, and I'll get better at making videos and get more graphics, better setup, but this works for now. And just hopefully it inspires some people. Practice this A minor. I'm going to go out here with a little bit of improv. But thank you all for the support.